Hit that like and subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. Yeah, we have a lot of shit to talk about because this all has impacted me and the community that I'm involved in and the larger group space for it that I think would make some excellent conversation points, and I need to address this. I don't want to talk about your weenie. Oh no, we're gonna talk about it. It's in between two buns. It's got some chili on it, and it's gonna be delicious to eat. No. What I wanted to talk about was something completely different from it. Why do I feel nervous hearing you say that? Because it is a serious talking point, especially for, like, me. I'm a part of this damn place, so I have no choice but to have to deal with it, or at least address it to the overall arching audience for this. I'll start at the beginning. I'll let everybody collect their thoughts on the matter. I'll let everybody just get settled in on this one. He's got papers. I do have papers. It's gonna be glorious. I have been busy mostly this last few weeks and whatnot, so I haven't really gotten the entire situation sorted out, but I still want to address it. On the 26th, a couple days ago, a high-profile artist by the name Nanolis had recently released a Google document about Sinder, a very high-profile VTuber, and Redacted, her manager and boyfriend, and how they were gaslighting, manipulating, and gatekeeping Nano from trying to work with other high-profile VTubers and artists and things of the sort. That document has a bunch of shit on there, like receipts, Discord conversations, things of that nature, where it is not good. Like, have you ever, like, for all the artists in here, I want you to be completely honest with me. Have you ever had somebody go into your DMs and say, hey, I would like you to do some art projects for me, but you cannot, and I repeat, cannot, work with these other artists for as long as you are working with me? Any situations like that? Any situations like that whatsoever with anyone? No? Good. I pray that nobody in here ever falls victim to shit like that, because it's not a good sign. You can go onto Twitter right now for Nanolis and you can look this up. That document is still up on there. Soon after that was posted, after 12 million views, I think it was now, as soon as I'm getting this all ready to go for it, I wanted to be like, oh, let's see what this looks like. It's chat. No, you cannot make this kind of cartoon villain bullshit up. A lot of people came out and they said, hey, Nano, we support you on this one. Thank you for showing all of this for it. It means a lot that you're willing to come forward with this. And not only that, more people have come forward about those two's behavior, Sinder and Redacted, on that whole ordeal. So, after that, they come forward with a whole bunch of stories. The whole thing blows a fuse. So much so that Sinder, the high-profile VTuber, had made a statement saying, hey, this is an announcement. Redacted is no longer my manager, and I will be making a proper apology tomorrow. It seems like, from that response, Sinder is willing to take either accountability or address the situation. Not a lot of people are voting confidence in this, however. Next day, she completely comes out with the apology document. It is 5 pages worth of stuff. And you can look that up on the social medias too. I cannot read that without getting both a brain aneurysm and a gasket being blown out of my fucking head with how, what's the word for it? I'm sorry you feel that way behavior attached to it. A bunch of gaslighting. A fuck ton of gaslighting for it. Misinterpretations of shit that was not meant to be taken in sort of a way, but it comes off extremely... It doesn't come off as genuine, the apology. And a lot of other creators have let them know about that kind of situation. Shy Lily, what looks like an orca killer whale VTuber, and a previous collaborator has made a statement on it saying, hey, this is the most fakest shit I have seen in my life, because you're not taking accountability. You're throwing your manager under the bus. Everything on this matter just stinks of... It's not good. It's not good. And a lot more people... you can look up on YouTube right now to see some of their reactions. Cottontail VA, Smugalara, Buff Pup, Shy Lily herself, a whole bunch of other creators out there that I have either supported in the past, genuinely know in person, fake apology video reaction. It's kind of like, if you were to read that document, it has the same vibes as the girl who was playing the ukulele apology. Yeah, that's kind of the reactions I was expecting from that. Because, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't bode well. It does not bode well with it, kind of deal. A lot of people called her out and said, hey, this isn't genuine. Don't apologize, be better. And you fucked up on this one. You can find a whole hell of a lot of people who are talking about the situation better than me. But the situation is not what I want to address on the matter. It's more the behavior and what I want to do for all the Shadelings here, or all the Shadelings in the future who watch this, either this stream, this video up on YouTube, if I were to come forward on anything at all. I wanted to address these kinds of things. Anyone who is associated with you, and anyone who is associated with me, by extent, is my responsibility. If there is any person that... I eventually make this become a career for me. I eventually go forward with my life on entertaining the masses, and have this as my day-to-day. Except me, he can't control me. Oh, trust me. I may not be able to control you, but trust me, I can... Limitations are going to be a factor. But the sentiment still stands on it. If there are moments where I have anybody in a position of authority, of workload, if I were to have a manager or a video editor and their behavior outside of their work comes back to affect me, it is now my responsibility to take care of that. No exceptions on the matter. Sinder has her manager/manager, redacted over here, doing all these things in her namesake. Therefore, redacted is a part of Cinder's responsibility. She has to own up to it. No exceptions for the matter. 2, the gatekeeping in that. Hey, we want you to be our exclusive artist, but you cannot work for these other people in this, needs to... In my personal opinion, the gatekeeping should not have gone down like this. I am not the biggest fan of artist exclusivity. I believe that any artist out there in the world should be able to work with whoever for whatever they get paid for. If you are trying, I'll use this as an example. Snuff, you're an artist. You worked on a project for a thumbnail that I had, like the pixel art stuff, for the recent Balatro video that is up on YouTube. If you want to watch that, go ahead and watch that. But one of the artwork pieces is the Balatro card. It looks freaking amazing. Hi guys, commission me please. Well, here's the scenario, Snuff. I want to hire you to be my exclusive artist on the matter. How much would I have to pay you to make sure that becomes a reality? You don't work with anyone else? You only work for me. How much would I have to pay you to get that to be a reality? 65 to 100K a year? You drive a hard bargain on this one. Full-time job? Exactly. They were not doing that with Nanoless. At all. No, it's a full-time job. Pay what you're worth on that one. No, Snuff, allow me to make this a little bit better than for you on this matter. You're worth a hell of a lot more than that. I would probably say that if anybody is going to be a full-time artist for any sort of content creator, I will be straight up with you. People who are commissioning artists, you better be paying them $250,000 per month on this job. I am dead ass on that one. I do not fucking care. I genuinely believe that artists deserve a whole hell of a lot more than they give themselves credit for. Whether now, for all of the artists who have worked with me, whether that is Snuff, whether that is Ritz, whether that is Minyunji in chat, whether that is Weeby, who has made fan art in the past, anybody who has worked for me, if I was not broke, I would be paying you a whole fuck ton more because you absolutely deserve it. But to be an exclusive artist to me is not something I would want to do unless you were being compensated for it wholeheartedly. I want to make that straight up with everybody in here, with anybody who's going to be watching this in the future. Right, you want me to work exclusively, it better be a full-time job payment. It better be worth more, a fuck ton more than that, especially with the kind of workload I'd be putting on you. A fuck ton worth more than that. As my third point, if you're a content creator and you are over here hurting your friends, hurting your collaborators, making sure that the people that you are working with will prohibit the people that you're working with from working with other high-profile people or other collaborators to prevent them from that kind of money or business or art creations of actually happening, that's a scumbag move, and it will eventually come back to bite you in the ass. I will not condone anyone or anything from ever doing something like this to anyone. Like, I will be completely honest. Like, we only bully AI artists. You know what? Learn to draw. Learn to draw, please. Learn to draw. It's an amazing skill set. Even I'm over here, I have my artistic skills, and it's crap compared to most of the people that I hire. But I still draw by my own volition. I will not go for anything AI art, and if I do have anything AI art related, like, I will say this into the next point. If I fuck up, whether it's my behavior, whether or not it's anything like that, if I do something extremely bad that's going to genuinely mess with my reputation or y'all's perception of me, address that to me. If I fuck up, hold me accountable. That's what everybody is doing with Sinder right now, is that she fucked up. She needs to be held accountable for these kinds of things. That redacted is her responsibility. You ain't even have to tell me. Thank you. I appreciate you being forthcoming in that one. And I appreciate anybody who listens to me being forthcoming on this one, because I'm not gonna lie. If there are some instances where I'm going to fuck up, I insult you every other day, but some of the insults I take in stride. You'd know I'd say something, no doubt. Hey, no worries, I appreciate that. He's proud to be an American. Oh my fucking god. Just having to deal with the situation. It's moments like this. To give you guys, Shadelings, some understanding on this one. Sinder was a top 10 VTuber in the whole content creation space. She was that big, and she still fucked up this badly. I have been pondering this when I had to realize I had to talk about it on stream. I needed to address this. Could Sinder come back from a scenario like this? This is a situation that I had been thinking quite a bit. And in my personal outlook on it, I would say, yes, she could. But there are a fuck ton of caveats on this. You have burnt every bridge that you have made with every single content creator that you did from this. Every single high-profile person has looked at what you have done and are not willing to confide in you or want to work with you. You will be on your own for quite a long time on this one. Yeah, you gotta build back from square one. There's 3 possible scenarios I can imagine from this. 1, she revises her apology to actually take the accountability that she needs to take. Goes on, I would say, 6 months to a year hiatus to heal up, to get better, to try to take accountability from everything on this matter, and then go from there. 2, she graduates. She stops streaming altogether. Anything involving Sinder is completely gone by the wayside. Gone. And then there's number 3, and this is the one I pray that this does not happen, but there's a possibility it could. Sinder just says, fuck it, next week here's the stream. We shove this under the fucking rug and we continue on with our lives and my career. I don't want to believe that it could happen, but there is the possibility. I do have the belief that people can better themselves. This is going to take an extremely long time for Sinder. For everybody in here, for everybody who is watching me, if I ever become a situation where I prevent artists from working with other people, if I do something that betrays your trust, if I do something like that at all, call me out on it. Call me out on it. I don't give a fuck if it's been a situation where taking responsibility would help her a great deal. It would help her a great deal. I had this conversation yesterday with another situation, but putting one under the bridge too much can definitely overflow and drown the bridge. There are those situations, yeah. Take the accountability for it. There are those moments where, even growing up, there are moments where I had to take fucking accountability from some shitty situations that I did. Like, a lot of shitty situations. I was not a good kid growing up. But we're human, and we learn, and we grow up, and we try to improve ourselves from this. It has to be one of those scenarios where if we don't take accountability for what we do, how are we going to improve as people? Am I surprised? No, it's true. We're all people. We'll eventually grow. We'll eventually mature enough to make sure that whatever we do in life is better for the place. There are 2 types of people on this world, and they are the people who have climbed the mountain. I want to be the person to one day I'm up at the top of the mountain and I throw down bits of rope and I say, and I shout to everyone down below, grab onto the rope and climb on up. We can make some good money from up here. It's great. The scenery is wonderful. I don't want to be the person who's over here throwing boulders on top of the mountain saying, get the fuck off my mountain. I don't want to be that person. And if I turn out to be that person, call me out on that bullshit. That's all I have to say on the matter. If y'all want to take a look at more of the scenario on it, it's easy to Google. It's easy to look up on Twitter. It's easier to listen to those conversations from all the people who were especially directly involved in the situation. Twitter, check Twitter. Twitter and YouTube. You'll find a lot from that. I just want to live stream, everybody. I just want to live stream. I just want to make content. I just want to entertain my audience to make sure that they are having an amazing time and that I'm treating them with the utmost respect and with the most consent. Not gonna lie, writing scripts, even though it's not my strong suit, getting your foot in the door makes a big difference. That is true. It's true. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And sometimes you gotta know the good people. I hope that everybody in here definitely gets to know more good people. Aside from that, I am not good. Trust me, there are moments I'm not the greatest either. You are one of those good people. Bold of you to assume I'm the greatest. So there are gonna be things in my mindset that, like, I looked at this situation and I went, I did not feel sorry for the people who were at the top who were hurt by her actions. I felt sympathetic towards them, but I didn't feel sorry towards them. I felt sorry for Sinder and Redacted because they had everything going for them. They were at the top of the mountain. They had so many people looking up to them, an audience that they had entertained, and work that was just flowing in an amazing livelihood nonstop, and then the two of you went and fucked it up. I feel sorry for that. That you were willing to throw that all away like that. That you were willing to behave towards other people in that manner. Kindness is free, and you can give it out willingly.